All right, guys, we're going to be doing the chapter review for 8.1 and 8.2. Got 5 problems here. And the first one says identify the characteristics of the quadratic function uh, and its graph. Look at the graph for its units. When we look at this, we can see some definite things like the vertex and the axis of symmetry. We know the vertex is going to be sitting at -1 and -4. We know the axis of symmetry is when x is -1. The x-intercepts will be -3 and +1. The y-intercept is going to be -3. The domain is all real numbers since these arrows go infinitely in each direction. And the range is going to be when y is greater than, it says greater than -4. And this is -2, so this would be -4 here. Okay, greater than or equal to -4. Let's go to number 2 now. It says graph h of x equals -1/3 x squared. Compare the graph to the graph of f of x equals x squared. Well, remember, this is saying h of x is this. They're looking for us to compare this with this. So what do we add on? A negative, which means a reflection, right? And a 1/3, which means we have a number less than 1 and greater than 0. So that's going to be a shrinkage. So we plug these numbers in. We're going to take -3 and replace with x. When we do that, that's going to give us -3 times -3 is 9. 1/3 of 9 is with a negative in front. It's going to be a -3. And let's see, this is going to be -1 times -1 is 1. 1 times 1/3 would be 1/3, -1/3. And then over here, when it's 0, when anything times 0, it's 0. Then over here with +1, that'll be 1 times 1 is 1. So this is going to be a -1/3 again. And this would be a positive, well, he's got a +3. He should have had a -3 here. It's a little misprint here. Fix it up. This should be -3. Okay, because, well, we got 9, right? 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times -1 is -9. -9 times divided by 3 is -3. All right, let's go to the next part. We graph our parabola, okay? And we see that, well, when 0 is 0, right? And then we plug in all these for x and y. -1/3, right? -1/3. -3, going to put us at -3 over here. Let's see if he's got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 3. And this is y is -3. 1, 2, 3. Seems to me he's put this in the wrong spot. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it up really quick. Hold on one second. I'm just going to use a different color than red. Let's just go with purple here. And we should have a dot here at -3 and -3, which means over here at 3 and 3. And our parabola is really going to look more like this. I'm sorry about that. I didn't make this one. I'm happy to fix it really quick. There we go. All right. Let's go to the next one. So the reflection, yes, there is a reflection. Is it a vertical stretch? No. Remember, this is a vertical shrink. And it says, is there a vertical shift? No, there is no shift here. And the shrink is by a factor of 1/3. All right, let's move on to the next one. Graph h of x equals x squared minus 3. Compare the graph to f of x equals x squared. Well, again, what do we do here? -3. So that means we're going down 3 on our graph. So we plug everything in. We can see that we're going down 3 each time, right? When x is -2, then. Okay, this is a positive. So when x is -2, 1, 2, and y is 1. Looks like the dot was there. You just didn't get the line right going over it. And then when x is -1, then you're going to have y is equal to -2 right there. And it looks like all his dots are right. I'm just going to help him along by putting the line where it goes. I might have just a slightly more steady hand at this. There we go. All right, so actually the problem is going to look more like this than the red line. Okay, and if you follow this out, you're going to see that there is no reflection. We know that because this is a transformation to a transition going down 3 units, right? There is no vertical stretch, no vertical shrink. Yes, there is a shift, and it is 3 units down. All right, let's go to number 4. It says let f of x equal negative 2x squared plus 1, and g of x equal f of x plus 2. Now remember what we talked about in class. And it tells you that this is f of x. This entire term here, I shouldn't say term, this entire, I guess it's binomial, is going to be right here replacing this. So what's the only thing to change? It went up 2. So this is going to be a transformation 2 units up. So when we plug this into the formula, we can see that we added 2. This is not a reflection, not a vertical stretch, not a vertical shrink. Yes, it is a vertical shift 2 units up. All right, last problem. You drop a water balloon from a height of 144 feet. What does the function h of t equal negative 16t squared plus 144 represent in this situation? All right, so it's the height of the water balloon after t seconds. All right.
There's a PLC meeting in room 823 at 8:15 this morning. Thank
Okay.
you.
Next, we're going to find the time it takes the water balloon to hit the ground. Well, first, we're going to go ahead and put our equation here and put everything equal to 0. So we've got 0 equals negative 16t plus negative t squared, plus 144. Next, we're going to go ahead and factor out the 16 because it is the greatest common factor. We're going to factor out the negative as well. That's going to leave us with the t to the second power minus 9 inside of our parentheses. Next, we're going to put everything to 0, right? Well, I apologize. We got t squared minus 9, and I did say whenever we have a negative sign and we see that we have a number that we can find the square root of, we must split it up. So this is going to be t plus 3, t minus 3. And that's going to be multiplied to negative 16. Next, we're going to put everything to 0. Well, the first thing we've got is t plus 3, and that's going to equal t equals negative 3 seconds. That's not possible, right? So next we're going to go to 0 equals t minus 3, and then we work that out. Remember, we have to bring the add 3 to both sides. This is going to give us t equals 3 seconds, and that makes more sense. It's impossible for time to go backwards. So we know that it's going to be 3 seconds. All right, well, that was it. I hope that helped, and I'll see you in class for your test or your quiz, and good luck on it. Good night.